Hey guys, Mike here. The Australian incident was huge, and, and Johnny, they had a big fight, and I ran across this, and I thought I'd share it with you guys to have a different perspective on what's going on. This occurred, I believe, just minutes after the incident, where it was more of a fresh recollection by Amber Heard as to what happened. Shout out to uh, the umbrella guy and also another YouTuber that made this up. So let's watch it. This is exactly what Amber Heard claims.
All for him. So this was his description. And again, it's not very long, but this, it's like a minute and 30 seconds, but it shows you what she was alleging. Okay. I mean, this is just a breakdown of it. And I think this is a powerful tool that really gives you an idea of just how crazy this is. So just watch this for a second.
The fuel vendor physically abusing her daily, each night ending with Amber barricading herself in a bedroom to sleep. The last night of the alleged continual physical assault was extremely detailed. Amber claims that by nightfall, Johnny had hit her multiple times, shoved and pushed her to the ground, choked her and spit on her, busted down a door to a room she had locked herself in, threw cans and unopened bottles at her, and even handed her a bottle, which she claimed she only threw on the ground as she refused to throw it at him, even when seemingly challenged to do so. The abuse she alleges occurred later that night only got worse. She claims Johnny pushed her onto a ping pong table, causing it to collapse under her. Then he ripped off her nightgown and choked her against the fridge. This would continue into the night, claiming she was dragged naked and barefoot across the broken glass that covered the floor and countertops. She says that she would slip on the glass and be slammed against the countertop, constantly struggling to stand as her arms and legs and feet were repeatedly slashed by the shards of broken glass. She says that while Johnny had her by the neck and collarbone as he was repeatedly hitting her with the back of his closed hand, that he also smashed a plastic phone against the wall, and a piece of that plastic phone is what caused his finger injury. And then that she eventually escaped and barricaded herself in a room again and went to sleep. Didn't call or run for help, didn't bleed out, just went to sleep. Johnny.
See, that's okay. That was her.
Ben King. Ben was the estate manager for the couple's rented home while in Australia. He also flew home with Amber to drop her off with her friends and make sure she didn't kick off again. Jerry Judge. Jerry Judge, who has since passed on, may he rest in peace, can be heard in the majority of the audio. He was Johnny's head of security at the time, and it is very clear that he, at this point, was already familiar with Amber's tactics of manipulation. You'll hear him talking to others in person and on phone calls with various members of Johnny's team. There are interactions with Amber in which she appears to be scrambling to tell a story about what happened, a story that has continued to evolve to this day and at the time included nothing of physical or sexual abuse. I'll offer some closing comments at the end. I would really appreciate it if you stick around and didn't just take the audio without understanding the information surrounding it. So here goes.
I wish you fucking understood what you are and who you are and how you fucked me over and make me feel sick of myself. That's just there's still time in our forgiveness with that on. He's going to need to stick around. Otherwise, he's going to need to stick around. But I'm trying to find it. I can't find it anywhere.
I should write what?
I can't find it.
Here's what, all what.
I know, but it would have been, hello, people. It would have been where the initial thing would, well, actually, it could be in here too. So, I just, so you know, I'm going to tell her. Probably don't want this, but we should have taken it.
I'm sure Nathan. I just want a pen.
The majority of the blood, Debbie, is downstairs, but I went through that really carefully. Oh, wait, there's a, someone tried to clean something out. We are really concerned because he's got a lot of pain.
A lot of pain?
Pain. He's got a lot of pain also. Did you saw it?
No.
But it's a very moment, it's going to get infected. My reasoning, which may be wrong, should be where all the blood is, and that's down there.
You want me to take it? Let me go give it some hands and then I'll come back.
Yeah. I looked at it really carefully, I saw Dad's down there, he couldn't see it either.
Okay.
Didn't find it.
Oh.
All right, Jerry.
Throw it in the trash if there is.
My advice, Edward's got to take care of himself, we're going to take care of him. They can't be together now. So, however, Amber, I think she should be in Los Angeles with the support system. And it's got to run stores. This is not going to be 1 day, it's 2 days.
How about there's something needs to fly with her.
Jerry's
She won't touch her.
I mean, I know, I don't need to invalidate what you're saying.
No, but I'm just wondering if there's another person that has the same.
Well, I asked those same questions earlier, and all of those are back. For that reason, he's not going to be manipulated, he's a strong guy.
trash that has bandages in it?
What works then?
You don't mess with the outside.
Sorry, actually.
What's your speed? Yes, which I feel like maybe that's one of the first things when I'm sitting.
Now, look through this. I looked through it once. I didn't see anything that looked like flesh. That's the thing. But I bet it's in here. He's got this all over. Wait, he's going to get infected. So that we have some ours.
How big of a piece of skin are you looking for?
We're looking at this. We're looking at like a third. And it's like, I mean, he's going to get cellulitis. That loves him. Maybe she should have some. I told Daddy to show her. Used to this.
Can I give her like 50 careful?
What?
50 is careful.
Yeah.
300 grams?
Yeah.
She only usually takes 25. You okay with 50?
Oh, the Seroquel?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with 100. But give her 50. So I'll tell you what's going in that. This is guilt. This is guilt.
She won't take 50. I gave her 25 and 300 and said we reassess in a little bit.
Anything that as we speak, I'm saying, take it still on, let them talk to John. So you know what's going on. She made a point of listening, she can't listen. Because when I told Christine, obviously that she told her foul, and he told John that she's listening, she wants to go where he is, she knows he's going, she thinks she's going to do something else say now.
And this was today, by the way, not just paying anything. It is,
What's this process that we have? What's the process we're working on? And when we should start from over there myself. He's in Montana. He is asleep. It's a street recollection, so he's good. And on top of that, hopefully she'll have to do it. But she hasn't given me a her answer that she wants to stay here and see it. Well, they're saying she's just happy. He's happy to go with her. So, although she's talking to me and she keeps fine, she's holding my hand. She's made it quite clear to me. She said, I thought I trusted you, but I don't, because you told Christy to make more from your fat arm, and I suggested I did. And I said, she turned around and said, Johnny, I called 5 different times over the last couple of weeks, I think this sister said that you told me, but that's what you said. I said, no, you said nothing, but I'm not going to let you. I told you I'll never let you like to go like a job. So, and she is talking to me, she's obviously crying up and down, fucking I think it was some minutes. Debbie said, and Ken said, she said, 2 or 3 hours. I'm saying, no, I'm still going to let them go quiet. So Debbie came and said, if she wakes up, she'll have to give her another one, and she might sleep through the night. So I'm deciding what to do. I'm hoping she'll cry. I don't have anything here, but we all know I go up and get her on the plane in the morning. But Ben's happy to find her out. But what we also do is get this guy's coming down. This. Well, no, if you have a point, I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to, as I said, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm happy to get her back and have her over. And then we let nature take its course. Well, I've always said to Stephen, tomorrow has to be film-wise, has to be cancelled. Okay, he's in no fit state. He's in no fit state. And I'm Stephen. Okay, fine. I think what you're saying, I'm just, look, I've seen you on the head, I've never seen this way. When I say he wrecked this place, I mean it's wrecked. There's no problem, there is a TV, she did it, was a from, it missed, there's been bottoms from, she admits to me, she threw the first, she threw a bottom on, she did it first, she admits to me that, and I said to her, she said, I said, really beautiful things to do in my temple. He was shouting out, screaming out. And that's the strangest of her left arm, which Debbie told me about. I've looked at it, and I've seen the strangest before a lot of people. And it's all on they're self-inflicted. I'm convinced of that, they're self-inflicted. At the moment, I'll do a deal with the devil, calm this lady down, because we'll be sending the car to Kipper to turn around and you're leaving on this to get this whole thing calmed down. I've been hurt this, I've been hurt that, he's done this, I can understand her. And she admitted also that she hit him first. She actually hit him in the face. But he has a small burn on the right hand side of his face, which she says, I see that yesterday, which she said on Friday, he got a cigarette and burnt his own face with the cigarette because it was so bad. He's not well. We need to help him out in every way we possibly can, but we need to help him. And I felt convinced she got when he was here. She's sometimes listening, sometimes not. And I said, you can't help her. You can't. You two need to be separated because we have found what you need to leave him alone. By the way, we have now found a piece of flesh on the top of his finger. Okay? It's packed in ice, it's on its way back to I've always wanted to know. It's packed in ice, it's on its way back now, and wrapped up with heart. He just thinks it's John's cash. And I'm still talking to her. Well, the other switching, she's responding to me. She breaks down in 5 minutes. She's made it quite clear that he has told me that half the last 2 weeks, my child, which she said, I have to get to you so many times, I have to get them down. I telling Christopher to call me a fat old man. And I said, I did, because I'm not like you. I'm not like you. And then finally, 5 minutes later, she said to me, do you think he does it? No. Right, she will tell me what she's watching, what you know. I'm just, she know it. And I said to you, because she said, no, that's the, it has to be someone strong in case she kicks off. So, we are really here to do the same hotel. I've got other cars coming up just in case. And I'll see what Malcolm wants to do. I'll see what Malcolm wants to do. Because Malcolm has said to me, Kevin, it's not said. I'm not, it's not, hold on, so if he wants to fly home back to England, I'll send it. If not, I'm going to go to Edinburgh to get out of it. But it's all hidden this. It's all like, and one minute she agrees, no, I'm staying. I'm not trying to get her here to go. I don't know. She never hit tonight to go back. That's it. When I tell you, I'm not going to get myself. It's $75,000 for the bridges. Just run everywhere. And I'll give you a grand dollar. For instance, here's two are covered in blood stacks all driven off. The bed upstairs. Down the bar, you break everything in the basket. I don't know. She wrote within 2 hours, he took 10 ecstasy tablets. Ecstasy tablets. Once this is all over, it's not the time to talk about it, because I'm saying, I'm afraid if something keeps supplying, he's going to overdose. And I was afraid she was like that for she's out. But I'm talking about, you can't pick it up. We can't walk in. It's not going to walk in, it can't come back. Because she said it didn't want me to smell it. When I turned around and told him he was drinking, could you calm down? Yes, I'm here to go to you. And then he picked up one bottle and threw it away. But I know he's a certain moment wrestling. Hang on a second, my daughter's a great, I don't want to say she did it. Why did you do it? Right now, what's and David's got done it. And David has said, yes, it hasn't fallen down the sink. Now, what I'm saying is that she just don't cross over. She doesn't smell a bruise. So, again, I don't know. I trust me, not fucking know. And this relationship, everything is out. It's completely on his own. All she wants to do, all she needs to do is love. Let's leave it. I'm ultimately her everything to get her the fuck out of it. That's all I'm going to do. And I said, why don't you tell her everything she wants to be there? We need to fuck out of it.
So, I just said a couple of minutes and yeah, I don't know if that was what went on the TV or just
No, I look at the cover of the TV.
right,
Yeah, the cover of the TV.
get the evidence.
And I'm honest with you.
You do?
I don't know why I think she was here. I think she did. Because he's obviously done there. It doesn't make any difference, does it, really?
No. I said I'd give a couple of minutes and have them finish packing.
I need to know what's that.
So tell me, you need to look for she up for it.
Let me know because I'm going to Christy and try and run it.
I mean, I just said you should get it. So I'm sure we need it.
Just get it by the hour. that's true. You know that.
So I mean, until we, house to be going white, so this is like a key.
He's putting anything in it, he's trying to lose his job.
It's an impossible situation.
But that shit's in there. He's away, I presume he's awake, that's what they're saying. I answered it, just left the hotel, so I'm assuming he's awake. For them to take him down there to have it done. And I will say, it is true, the quicker you get it done, the quicker it takes. It'll heal a lot quicker. Okay? So, okay. Well, let's see if we can just get the room into my name or wherever, or she room just use my name, and then we'll see what she wants to do. Don't get me wrong. She's changed her mind every 5 minutes, okay? Yeah. I understand. Okay. Well, he's dangerous. I'll be honest with you. I do believe the way she is, we need, if she kicks on, we need someone strong like me and Malcolm to be with her. But I would say Ben has been upstairs for 2 hours. He's talking to her, and he has a way of just keeping her calm. What I do not want to do at the moment is jeopardize what we're doing with Johnny, because his finger comes first. And you know what? Seriously, if she has to stay here an extra 24 hours to get him sorted out, fuck it, she stays here for another 24 hours if we have to. Johnny's more important. Yeah. I'll be honest with you as well. The way she talks, she's breaking down in crying, but at the same time, she's packing a bag, so she knows what she's doing. I don't think she intends to do anything stupid. Well, she keeps saying, I don't believe him, and will say, look, he needs some time on his own. And then when he's on his own, we'll remind him, and then you can talk on the phone, and then you can come back. But no matter what happens, he needs to leave Australia to get the fuck out of here. She really does. And that's Kipper's idea, right? She said she's doing at least a bottle of vodka. She recommended that she needs to do 10 exercises. You know, this is a part of my and the other thing is to make quite clear to you, she's like, what's the other occasions, and I trust you more, because apparently over the last 2 weeks, John yesterday said, you're with a fat old man. I didn't say that. And she said, yes, you are, because Christy told me, because she said to Jerry in London. And she asked me, I suggested. Hello. Okay, we're still talking, I'm trying to help her and clean up as much as we can. She seems to be quite happy, I'm asking her. And she seems to be happy if Ben travels with her. Now, she's also saying to me, if I stay here, do I promise that I'll keep her up to date and what's happening to him? And I said I would. She's still upstairs, she hasn't come down yet, we think she might be sleeping. Now, my question is to you, are you happy for that to happen? So I don't care either way, I'm happy to travel to LA and drop her off. Christy, I'll be honest with you, she knows exactly what she's doing. Yes, exactly. Now, yeah, pick them up and bring them through. We get a car and then take it to the apartment. And I've asked them, would she go and see her shrink? She said she would. And as soon as he's calm, and as soon as David has given his medication and he gets himself sorted out, then maybe later on in a week, in 2 days, in 7, whatever David tells us, then maybe then she talk. But she keeps obviously doing the usual thing of breaking down in tears, saying, shall I go, shall I go, shall I go? And what I know, yes, yeah, shall I leave, shall I stay here and wait? And I just said, look, I'll be honest with you, they don't want me to see him because at the moment, that's the problem. And at least she's listening, but I mean, every 5 minutes she's bursting into tears. Now, what I will say to you is that I know Nathan's working on it. I've just spoken to Stephen. They're at the hospital waiting for the hand surgeon to come in to try and get fixed on his finger. So that's okay. All right.
Mr. Very back and come back and look and whatever. Into that. To one had, he used to be crushed up. The other one was that means you can color painting on top of Xanax, Adderall, ecstasy, and this. I hate that he hates me. I hate that I'm the one that has to go, I hate that I'm the element that really sets it off. I hate that Jerry, I don't want to do that. I really hate it. Jerry,
That's my own question.
No, I was trying to make that a very calm, rational point. I was talking to him. It's hard to tell somebody. It's hard to tell sometimes. Before he goes off, he gets it. And I was trying to talk to him rationally and stuff, and then of course it just came out. When we got to that point where we're in the same office. I feel so stupid, Jerry. I go over here and shift things. Really long.
Okay, I'm saying the best I can.
Oh.
All right, Jeff, you're up. All about the job. Go on the job. Since you guys did your job, I'm saying, put all this together.
I reckon we roll this up.
Yeah.
And probably some got basically.
I'll take one.
Jerry? Since we don't have the hotel yet,
Go on, love.
So there you have it. I hope you have a better understanding of what actually happened. What I find to be interesting, among many other things, is again how nobody, including Amber, is talking about the severe injuries she now claims she received. Nobody is talking about a busted lip or a broken nose or slashes all over her body and feet and legs and arms. It's almost like those injuries didn't exist. You would think if she was injured, like she now claims, somebody would be getting her medical attention as well, but instead it's Johnny who ended up in the hospital due to his injuries, while everyone else worked to get her home peacefully in hopes she wouldn't explode again along the way. It's also interesting how much her story and stories have evolved and changed and contradicted themselves, from Johnny punching a wall and hurting his hand to this taking place over a 3-day stretch now when it really happened on one day. And even Johnny taking 10 ecstasy tablets in a span of 2 hours, and now she claims he took 8 overnight. And then there's the outright lies being told in Virginia and UK courts by Amber and the Sun, stating this occurred on March 4th when it was really March 8th, and on top of that, claiming this happened at night when it actually happened during the AM hours. So much counter evidence has been stacking up against them. Not to mention, as evidence has come to light that has shown that she was the aggressor and the one who assaulted him, causing him a severe injury, throwing her entire claims into question, she is now adding sexual violence to her allegations. In my opinion, it's very clear with all the evidence that has come out over the past few months that Amber Heard is not being truthful about what happened during her relationship with Johnny Depp. We've heard her admit to abusing Johnny, mocking him, saying she can't be rationalized or reasoned with, and that she gets so mad she loses it. And if you recall, Ben King, who was tasked with flying Amber back to drop her off to her support system, and so she could see her shrink and to make sure that she didn't kick off or try to manipulate him, was asked twice on the flight back by Amber, "Have you ever been so angry with someone that you just lost it?" Seemingly already trying to get him to justify her violent actions. And now we have the immediate aftermath of an incident, a crime scene that I believe points to more lies from her, including the amount of covering up it took to keep her violent episodes hidden and the lengths it took to keep her calm. I think that she, as she would describe it, got so mad she lost it. I think she cut off the end of Johnny's finger just 1 month into their marriage, by the way, and then was scrambling to place any sort of blame on him while also screaming and crying because she knew she had finally done something that might open his eyes and she might actually lose him. And she secretly recorded the whole thing and submitted it along with a much less accurate transcript back in 2016 during her initial claims. Why? I don't know. Maybe she was hoping that she could just cherry pick from it and use the inaccurate transcript to apply more public pressure to Johnny at the time. Even though the audio paints a much different picture, she was panicking, knowing her actions could cost her everything she believed she worked so hard to make happen. I believe she committed a crime, a violent assault, and yet wanted to stay there to be with this man who she claims had just violently, physically, and sexually assaulted her, to take care of him while he healed from his injuries, and that she was the only one who could. There's so much about her ever changing stories that just wasn't adding up, and now I truly believe I understand why. It seems to me that this has always been a case of flipping the script, and so many people bought her version of the events at first. But I'm thankful the truth continues to take giant leaps forward. It makes me wonder how much longer the Sun plans to stand behind her in the face of these truths. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. My next video hopefully won't take as long to produce. This one